Baby. Baby, come on, see. Baby, baby. Babe. See, one. Baby's on me. Shh, come on, see.
What's that? Baby.
Baby, Chonko.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past and I'm homebound.
Have you heard of Ghost Mountain in South Africa? A small town named Mguze in northern KwaZulu-Natal lies in the shadow of a supposedly haunted mountain. According to legend, Ghost Mountain was used as an ancient burial ground by the local Ndwandwe tribe. Later on, in the 18th century, it was the site of a bloody battle known as the Battle of Chaneni. Apparently, some skeletons of those who fought in the battle are still scattered on the mountain to this day. Locals have reported strange flickering lights coming from the mountain in the middle of the night, as well as disturbing noises. So, could it be possible that this mountain is haunted? Or is it just imagination? Let me know what you think down below. Is this Cape Town castle haunted? The Castle of Good Hope was built in the 17th century as a refreshment station for traveling ships. However, the castle had a sinister side. It housed a dungeon as well as a torture chamber known as the Donkergat, meaning the dark hole. Guards who patrol the castle say that blood-curdling screams, voices, and footsteps can be heard at nighttime. They say they are constantly feeling watched. Some even claim to have seen floating human shapes without legs lurking in the eerie hallways, as well as a woman figure dressed in grey. Have you heard of the ghost of Uniondale in South Africa? Uniondale is a town in the Klein Karoo in the Western Cape. From the outside, it appears to be a typical innocent South African small town. However, it's also home to one of the most mysterious ghost myths in the country. The story goes that one stormy night in 1968, a woman by the name of Maria Charlotte Roux was driving with her fiancé. They were traveling on a road just outside Uniondale when the fiancé lost control of the vehicle. The car rolled and she was tragically killed. According to legend, her spirit lives on, and many have reported her hitchhiking on the same piece of road to this day. Apparently, motorists will pick her up, and after a few minutes of driving, she will suddenly vanish from the car without a trace. There was even a motorcyclist, Andre Kutsia, who claimed that while traveling alone on a motorbike, he suddenly felt someone's arms from behind him wrapped around his waist. So, could the ghost of Uniondale actually be real? According to legend, there is a spirit which roams the Higginson Highway in KwaZulu-Natal. The ghost's name is Highway Sheila. She supposedly haunts drivers on the stretch of road at night. There are many reports of people who have encountered the spirit. They've described her as a beautiful young woman who hitchhikes off the side of the road. The most notorious story of an encounter with the spirit is when a young man picked her up in the middle of the night. Apparently, as soon as she got into the car, the temperature plummeted and he felt freezing cold. The woman asked for his jacket to keep warm and he obliged. Later, he dropped her off at her supposed home, but she took the jacket with her. The next day, he returned to the house to pick up his jacket, but a different woman answered the door and told him that Sheila doesn't live there anymore. She had been dead for years. And his jacket? Well, it was later found in a cemetery nearby on top of her grave.
Bombastic side-eye.
criminal offensive side eye.
The Flying Dutchman in SpongeBob is based on a real South African legend. The Flying Dutchman is allegedly a ghost ship which haunts the waters around the Cape. The myth was born when a ship captained by Hendrik van der Decken went missing at sea in 1641 in a great storm. What makes this myth so interesting is the vast number of reported sightings there have been. Also, the description of the ghost ship is strikingly similar and consistent amongst witnesses. They all describe it as having an eerie glow both during the day and at night time. The ship's sails are always full, as if it's in the middle of a storm, even when there's no wind. The most famous eyewitness was the King of England, King George V, who reported seeing the ghost ship when sailing in 1881. So, is there an actual ghost ship roaming the ocean around Cape Town? Or is it just some type of optical illusion, as many have suggested? Let me know what you think down below. The abandoned St. Elmos Convent near Durban is beyond creepy. It was built over 100 years ago as a Catholic retreat for nuns as well as a remedial school. However, in 1994 it was closed down due to a lack of funding. It stood empty ever since, slowly rotting for nearly 30 years. Also, the site is allegedly haunted. The spirits of a nun, priest, and child supposedly roam the hallways, refusing to leave. Visitors have claimed to have heard footsteps, heavy breathing, and objects falling on their own. The site has been on the market for many years, but rumors suggest potential buyers always become too afraid to purchase the property because of the myths attached to it. Would you be brave enough to visit this place? Let me know down below. Could this be the most haunted place in South Africa? In Middelburg, Mpumalanga, a creepy abandoned ghost town can be found known as Boccabelo. It has stood empty for years and is apparently a very eerie place to visit. The buildings are completely abandoned and crumbling, and vegetation is overgrown across the town. The town was established by two German missionaries in 1865 and was once home to around 1,300 citizens. Today, it is said that Boccabelo is extremely haunted and filled with paranormal activity. Some have even claimed that it could be the most haunted location in South Africa. Would you be brave enough to visit? This is one of South Africa's most famous ghost stories. The Walkerville ghost, also known as the Deer Ghost, apparently haunts Boundary Road in Gauteng. According to legend, a father didn't approve of a relationship that his daughter had with a young man, so he set up a trap. The young man used to drive a motorcycle, and the two set up a system to spend time together. At nighttime, the daughter would signal the young man, who parked further down the road, by flicking her bedroom lights 3 times when the coast was clear. He would then race towards her house and pick her up while everyone else was asleep. So, one night the father strung up a long piece of wire across the street. His aim was just to give the young man a fright, but it went terribly wrong. The young man didn't see the wire and it decapitated him. Now, according to legend, his spirit still haunts the road and can be summoned if you flash your car lights 3 times, just like the daughter did in her bedroom.